So here we have the first ever battle report for the hobby desk. I'm going up against Andrew. How are you feeling tonight?
Pretty confident based on what you got on the table, mate. So we'll see how we go.
You want to just go quick run through what you got?
Yeah, I got a giant here, unit of arrow boys here, unit of snotlings, some big guns. There's quite a few hand weapons in amongst that, and a big war boss. Got a little bit of a night goblin shaman with some night goblins here, and a chariot just to hold up the flank.
So you're pretty confident?
At the moment, yeah. We'll see how we go after turn 1 though.
Oh. Alright, I'm just going to go through what I've got right now. I have my horses, who are like light armour and shield, full command, and with also a level 2 lich priest on horseback. Then I have my my level 3 Hierophant, who also has the Cloak of June, so he flies and does damage, which is awesome. This is my chariots. They're, full command as per. This is the heart and soul of my army, and that's the Casket of Souls. And that's what's going to hopefully help me win this game. And here proxying, because of my stupidness, is 3 horses as the Kemrian Warsinks with the Howder crew. So it's going to be an interesting sort of look. I wanted to get it over to that giant, but we'll roll off and we'll go for who's going to be taking turn 1, I suppose. I suppose that's what we do now, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. So take it up.
And you get +1 because you finished deploying first.
6, so 7 for me. So I am going to go first, and I'll show you what I've done next. Okay. Turn 1, and so far I've only done my movement, and I've lost a horsey because the forest turned out to be a poison place, which is crappy. And I've just moved up slightly, so hopefully this will get me into where I want to be for the next go. And turn update. So far the chariot did nothing. He dispelled it. I hate you. I did get extra movement on my chariots, so they're able to move further. Those guys have done nothing. I did what else did I do? Yeah, I got the extra move. That's essentially all that really happened. I took a few shots over at the chariot, but nothing happened there. So this is Andrew's turn 1 now. Let's see what he does.
There we go.
What's happened?
My orcs and my, well actually both units of orcs have failed animosity. So these guys have ended up not going anywhere. They can't shoot, they can't do anything. These guys had to try and attempt to charge the chariots and they failed epically. So they've just trundled forwards a little bit, realised they can't make it, and they've started punching each other. So what I've done to try and compensate for that a little bit is protect them with the units here, go for a bit of a flanking manoeuvre around here and make sure that the War Sphinx can't get into combat necessarily this turn. And I've gone for a big charge. This is a big gamble over here, but if the giant wins this combat, that's going to pay off in the long run. So risk and reward, let's see how we go.
So combat sucked. That stupid giant thing swung his club, and he inflicted 4 wounds. And then due to combat res, I lost another 4 guys. So they're all the guys I've lost. They're staying there because they can come back with this 3.
You saved 1 with your banner.
Oh, okay, so 1 comes back.
No,
because it was 3.
You lost
it was
7
3.
in total, yeah.
I apologise.
You almost wounded the giant with one of his horses, but the spell that I cast with my shaman also meant that he had to re-roll any wounds. So
it was a really crap thing.
Yeah, unlucky in the end.
He did try to cast a missile at my War Sphinx, which is right there, and dispelled, which is awesome. So we're going into my turn 2 now, and we're going to see what damage I can inflict now. Okay, something really bad just happened. Like, you can see what happened there, was there were some chariots there, but these little buttholes killed them. So that's all my dead people there at the moment.
Fanatics.
The only other movement I did was I've just repositioned that so it's not line of sight, so I can't charge next turn. So this is going to be an interesting game now because I'm about to lose all my horses. I hope my magic phase can save me. Let's see how we go. Okay, so far the Hierophant got off a really cool spell, but it was irresistible before, so I had to take these guys. Strength 6 hit.
Strength 6, yeah.
Strength 6 hit, and they were both saved it, which is awesome. Their ward saves came in handy then. I was able to get back a bunch of horses, and due to the giant yelling and bawling, I lost combat by 2. So 4 more wounds back on that unit I can get back. That's essentially all that's happened on my turn 2. Very uneventful, except for the fact I lost my chariot. This is now your turn 3.
Yep.
So this is what's happened. I don't know if I'm happy or sad.
And I'm not sure if I'm happy or sad yet either. It's been a pretty mixed result so far. It'll be interesting to see what happens from here. See how we go.
It was a 5+ ward save that saved my backside on that one.
Otherwise you would have lost nearly the whole unit, wouldn't you?
That's it.
Yeah.
So we're going on to my turn 3 now. So we're going to do the movement magic and we'll get back to you after that. It's still
in the balance, I think.
It's anyone's game, I think, at the moment. Only one full unit's gone, and that's stupid chariots, because it's stupid stuff. But anyway, we'll get back to it, and we'll let you know when off, which is good. I got some more horsies back, and this guy decided to go off properly and took out some archers, and took out one of the, whatever you want to call those guys, the weird dudes.
The orcs, mate. Orcs.
The orcs. So we've got the charge in there, we're going to resolve that, and then we're going to see what happens over here. It'll be interesting because I've got 2 attacks apiece now and
a 5+ ward save.
That's it, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah. So as you can see, bad things have happened to the horsies, but I made them flee, which is pretty cool. So that's really all that's happened in the combat stage. They're still there, as you can see. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's waving into Andrew's favour. What do you think?
It's still pretty close to call. I think the end of turn 3 will determine pretty much who's going to win this one, I think. Okay.
So here's what's happened, magic and shooting phase. They got a wound off the Hierophant. I'm screwed. Could go either way.
He's going to survive a while, I think.
Okay, so Horsey's gone. 4 wounds in the War Sphinx. What do you reckon?
I'm pretty happy now. I think this is going the way of the Orcs very quickly.
Well, let's see what happens in my turn. We'll come back after the magic phase. Alright, so we made a mistake before. So the breath weapon went off and I actually won combat that turn. You can see there's heaps of guys gone. They've moved that way for some reason. What was the reason again?
They were in the overrun in the previous charge turn.
That's right.
This is your turn. You've moved into here.
So the Hierophant's gone off and I've taken off one of those. No magic went off, so we're into combat and we're going to see what happens here. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. This has sort of flipped it, hasn't it?
Well, it hasn't flipped the game yet, but it's certainly going to give you some points in the tournament, so good to see what happens from there.
What happened? I took it. Now I've got to worry about that.
And that's a big worry for you.
It is, but he ain't charging. He can survive. He can do it. I've got faith. This is going to be an interesting part here. So let's see. This is going into now turn.
That was your turn 4. It's my turn 4.
So it's
take it now or after shooting.
Just take a movement thing right now that I can just talk over. Okay, so I've just lost my Hierophant, which is not good. That actually sucks, but hey, that's okay. I'm just going to take a leadership test on those 2 units there now. And we'll see what happens. I reckon it'll be quite an interesting turn, this one. Started turn 5. So turn 5, jack crap happened. Casket failed again.
Here, I need 6s for the knots. 1. What's your armor save? 6. You determined before?
Yep.
Cool. 6 up armor save. You've lost a wound.
It's out of 3 wounds, so it's okay.
Yep, so take a guy off there. That's how you determine that, because you can't actually fight with him. That's how you... and then I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. 7s to hit you, so 6s followed by 4s. Still only 1. Orcs are useless at shooting, by the way. Miss. Shooting's done. That's my turn 5 done.
Turn 6 for me has been bittersweet. I got rid of the chariot, but my War Sphinx died, which sucks. So I think they're all going to try and kill that now.
Pretty much.
Just so you can table me.
Absolutely. That's the aim.
Let's see how it goes.
I'll take that off first.
So that's gone, but inflicted some wounds. Been tabled.
Inflicted some wounds.
Yeah. So, how do you think this went?
It didn't quite go as planned. I lost a little bit more than I was expecting to after about turn 3, especially with the chariot going, but I'm pretty happy with that result.
Sweet. I'm upset. I'm upset. But anyway, it's been a fun game.
And we're about to determine whether it's a bonus point win as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's see how we go, and we'll let you know.